In today's video, I want to show you one of the wisest ways as a Christian you can start to win more in life, in all areas of your life. And it doesn't matter if you're a born again believer or very wicked. And this is one of the reasons why the Bible says things like the children in this world are in some ways wiser than the children of light. So I'm going to give you two examples in today's video. One of the examples is Batman, and we'll talk specifically about the movie Batman Begins. And the other example is Walter White from the popular TV program Breaking Bad. Now, if you do this properly, like I said, this is going to help you in all different areas of life. I like to talk about on this channel how you can win with the word in all areas of life. And I'll talk about the 4 areas of life: the mental, the physical, the spiritual, and the social. What you think, the physical, everything that we can see physically; the spiritual, what we can't see, the invisible realm; and obviously social, our connections with other people in life. Now, you may be wondering why I'm looking at 2 examples, especially Breaking Bad, for example, a popular TV series about a guy who's a drug dealer, just in all intents and purposes. And obviously Batman Begins, a movie about a vigilante superhero, however you want to reference him, right? However you look at superheroes. Even if you are an unbeliever, there are times when you can be using the principles that are found in God's word and reap the results. So first, let's look at the passage, and I'm going to show you how these 2 characters show this in their own life. And hopefully this is enough encouragement for you to start doing this as well. Because if wicked people can do it and can be blessed by it, why not just people like you and me who are Christians who are entitled to it? But let's first talk about the verse. So we're going to look at Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 to 16, and then I'm going to start to break this down step by step. So this is what it says. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly." That means to walk wisely, not as fools, but as wise. And then he says, "redeeming the time, because the days are evil." So in simple terms, verse 15 is basically just saying, look, you need to be wise about this. Don't be a fool. And then he says in verse 16, "redeem the time, because the days are evil." Now, to redeem means to buy back. And when you think about that, what does that mean? Buying back your time is essential. And if you think about buying back your time, the deeper, like the foundational thing beyond that or beneath that is to be a person who is willing to delegate. We've got Batman in Batman Begins, for example, and you can look at this through multiple different Batman movies, but that was the one I liked the most. So when you think about Batman as a whole, one of the things that we see time and time again is that Bruce Wayne or Batman, he's never alone. And this is significant. It's the first thing I want to highlight when you think about Batman, right? I want to talk about someone like Alfred, and I'll just act like I can actually spell, right? Alfred. And the reason why Alfred is so significant is because Alfred provides Bruce Wayne with like companionships, right? So there's the social area of life, which we spoke about before. He obviously is older, wiser. He provides so much different levels of support to him, and it's a powerful lesson. So when, like, think about it like this, nobody knows, or most people don't know who Bruce Wayne is, like in the nighttime, right? Batman. But someone like Alfred does. So he has someone who he can connect with on a deeper level, who can like share life with in that regard. He's someone who works for him, obviously, and can help him when he's coming home late in the night and he's battered and bruised. He has someone that can help him there in that regard. And this is the reason why I think this is special, is because Bruce Wayne isn't married. It's easy to just think, well, your wife could do that. And that is true, but not everybody is married. So when you think about it from this perspective, delegation, redeeming the time is essential. Imagine if Bruce Wayne, Batman, had to do all of this stuff himself. Now, the reason why this is interesting is because when we think about someone like Walter White, right, he, a lot of the time, he has help, but often he refuses delegation. And the reason why you think about this, it's kind of obvious to a certain degree, is the fact that the nature of his business. So when you think about the stuff that you are doing, if you are doing the wrong sorts of things, like Walter White, right, dealing with drugs on a high level as well, it doesn't even matter if you're making loads of money. It's going to force you and lead you down a pathway away from doing the right sorts of things. Obviously, that kind of makes sense as I'm saying it, but just think about it on a deeper level. So he's going down the wrong pathway. So it's not as easy for him to do the sorts of things which will actually help him delegate, right? Not doing all of the things himself. So when you think about the different stuff that we do in life, if you want to win more in life mentally, right, have more time to think about the right sort of stuff, physically, how you dress, the kind of money you make, where you work, all of that good stuff, right? The car you drive, whatever it is, the spiritual, your relationship with God, and the social, the connections that you make with the people that you're supposed to serve, or the people that are here to serve you. You have to think of that from the perspective of, are you trying to do it alone? Or are you trying to like control the environment? Or are you realizing that, you know what, I can't do this alone, I actually need help? This is one of the biggest myths in the world about the self-made man. One of my brothers says this all the time, like, it's made up, it's fabricated, it's fugazi, right? There is no such thing as someone who is self-made. Everybody, literally everybody, has somebody that's helping them. So the reason, when we think about it, it makes even more sense for us to actually be willing to have people help us. We talked about Alfred and support that he brings to Batman. I want to talk about another person, right? Let's talk about Mr. Fox. Now, in Batman Begins, Mr. Fox is the one who gives Batman the gadgets. The gadgets that Bruce Wayne gets from him are the things which help him execute the thing he desires to do more, which is to swing from the rooftops in the middle of the night, right? So when you think about it from that perspective, there are people that can help you execute, do the thing that you would like to do. But if in your mind, you're saying to yourself, well, I'm going to be more like Mr. White, and you're going to refuse to delegate as much as possible because the thing that you are doing isn't a good thing. It isn't like encouraging you and motivating you to branch out and have other people help you. There's obviously going to be a big problem. One of the other problems they have is that they like to micromanage. Now, what is it to micromanage? It's, well, look, I need tasks done, but even if I'm ever going to delegate, I need to make sure I'm hawking all over it to make sure it's being done exactly the way I want it to be. Now, full disclosure, I used to be the kind of person who was very like a micromanager in regards to when things were being done for me in my business. And it's only over, by the grace of God, over time, growing more and more, like seeking counsel, seeking wisdom from different people, and realizing, okay, you know what? Well, look, other people, give them the freedom to do what they want to do. And the same way that you have the freedom to do what you want to do, give other people that same freedom. Can they do the job? If it's a yes, can they do it well? If that's a yes, then give them the instruction. This is what I need done, or this is what I want to be done. Can you help me do this thing, etc.? If they say yes, leave them to do it. Let them report back to you and say, okay, cool, this is what I've done. What do you think? Was it good? Was it bad? What are positive enhancements that we can make? What are things negative? Like, what can we remove, etc.? If anything, this is how this works. But again, going back to the line of business, and I think obviously, I hope it's obviously clear, right? Don't do things which are illegal. It's obviously the wrong thing to do, number one. But number two, you can see how in today's video, I'm showing you that when you go down the wrong pathway, it makes it so much harder to do the right things. And hopefully you can understand now why when you go down the wrong pathway, it makes it so much harder to do the right things, because you're going completely in the opposite direction. It's like, imagine you're walking down a road in the wrong direction, but wondering, how am I going to get closer and closer to the destination? It's a contradiction. It can't happen. But in contrast, when you think about what we're talking about on this side, on the left side, when you are doing the right things, it allows you, i.e. you are delegating, i.e. you have people that are there to help you execute what you want to do. That's like walking down the right pathway on the right road and getting closer and closer to the thing that you desire to have. Another thing I want to talk about, right, from both sides of the spectrum here, we can think about this, right? This is trust. So Batman doesn't do this the best, but even in his line of work, he's able to trust people like Alfred, like Mr. Fox, etc., who know who he is, obviously like Bruce Wayne, but also know the alter ego Batman. On the flip side, when you think about someone like Walter, right? Does he have trust? No, he doesn't really trust people. And the reason why is because, again, the line of work that he's in isn't conducive to trusting more and more people. But if you want to win more in life, in different areas of your life, start delegating more and more. And I promise you, start to get better and better results. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want more like this, and I'll see you on the next one. Go win, and God bless.